You know, I've been doing this a long time, talking to folks, hearing their problems, and let me tell you, marriage, it's a sacred thing, but it takes work, constant work. And sometimes folks make mistakes, big mistakes that can really throw a wrench in the whole thing. Today, we're going to discuss 15 things that can seriously harm a marriage. Ladies, take note and avoid these mistakes to keep your relationship strong. We're going to dive deep, get real honest, and hopefully help some folks out there who might be headed down a dangerous path. So buckle up, because this is going to be a bumpy ride. Now, I know this might seem like common sense, but you'd be surprised how often this comes up. Daring your husband to hit you is like playing with fire. It's disrespectful, it's dangerous, and it's just plain stupid. You're essentially pushing him to a place where he might do something he regrets, and trust me, that's a road you don't want to go down. Words have power, and using them to provoke violence is never the answer. Instead of escalating the situation, take a step back, cool down, and talk to him. Remember, communication is key in any relationship, especially marriage. This one, oh boy, this one's a big one. Look, marriage is built on trust, commitment, and fidelity. When you dare your husband to sleep with another woman, you're essentially saying those vows mean nothing to you. You're testing the very foundation of your relationship, and that's a dangerous game to play. It's like setting your house on fire and expecting it not to burn. If you're having issues, address them head on. Don't resort to these childish games that can have devastating consequences. All right, ladies, listen up. I get it, life gets busy. You're working, you're taking care of the kids, the house, it's a lot. But you know what? You got to take care of yourself too. And that includes making an effort with your appearance. Now, I'm not saying you need to be dolled up 24/7, but putting in a little effort goes a long way. Your husband was attracted to you for a reason, remember? Keep the spark alive. It's not about vanity. It's about showing your partner that you still care, that you still want to impress them. Chapter 4. Denying your husband sex. Starving the intimacy. Let's talk about sex, baby. Let's talk about you and me. Look, intimacy is crucial in a marriage. It's not just about the physical act. It's about connection. It's about feeling desired by your partner. And when you constantly deny your husband sex, you're creating a distance, a wall between you. Now, I understand there are times when you're tired, stressed, or just not in the mood. But communication is key here, folks. Talk to your husband. Explain how you're feeling. Don't use sex as a weapon or a bargaining chip. It's a recipe for resentment and disaster. Chapter 5. Leaving your husband in the care of a friend. A recipe for betrayal. This one's a real head-scratcher for me. Look, I believe in having friends, but there are boundaries. Leaving your husband in the care of another woman, especially for an extended period, is just asking for trouble. You're putting temptation right in front of him. And that's not fair to anyone involved. Remember, trust is earned, not given. And when you put your husband in a compromising situation like that, you're essentially giving him permission to betray that trust. Having a housemaid can be a huge help, I get it, but you gotta set boundaries, folks. Your housemaid is there to help with the house, not to be a surrogate wife. Don't rely on her for everything, especially when it comes to your husband's needs. Remember, you're the wife, you're the one in the relationship. Don't outsource your responsibilities to someone else. It's about maintaining that connection with your husband, even in the mundane things. Now, this one should go without saying, but I've seen it happen way too many times. Hiring a young, attractive woman to work in your home when you have a husband? That's like throwing gasoline on a fire. You're asking for trouble. Look, I understand that you want someone who's capable and energetic. But there are plenty of responsible, mature women out there who won't tempt your husband. Don't bring that temptation into your home. It's about making smart choices that protect your marriage. Ladies, listen to me. You are beautiful. Don't ever let anyone, even yourself, tell you otherwise. And that means not comparing yourself to others, especially not to your housemaid. Hiring someone you perceive as more attractive than yourself is only going to create insecurity and resentment. It's not a competition. Your husband chose you for a reason, remember? Focus on your own strengths, your own beauty, and build each other up. We live in a digital age, folks. Technology is constantly evolving and it's easy to get left behind. But you know what? You gotta keep up, especially when it comes to your marriage. If your husband is into the latest gadgets, the newest apps, make an effort to understand them. It's not just about the technology itself. It's about showing him that you're interested in the things he's interested in. It's about staying connected, even as the world around you changes. Look, I'm not here to preach, but I've seen the power of faith in people's lives. And let me tell you, marriage is stronger when you put God at the center. Praying together, sharing your faith, it creates a bond that's unbreakable. It's not about forcing your beliefs on your partner. It's about inviting God into your relationship, asking for His guidance, His strength, His love. And trust me, when times get tough, and they will get tough, having that faith to fall back on makes all the difference. The mother-in-law. It's a relationship that can be fraught with tension. But remember, this woman raised the man you love, so try to have some compassion. Now, I'm not saying you have to be best friends, but avoiding conflict is crucial. Be respectful, be kind, and try to see things from her perspective. And if there are disagreements, address them calmly and rationally. Remember, it's not about winning or losing. It's about finding a way to coexist peacefully for the sake of your marriage. What happens in the bedroom stays in the bedroom. That's rule number 1, folks. Sharing intimate details of your sex life with your friends is a betrayal of trust. It's disrespectful to your husband and it can damage your relationship. Your friends don't need to know every detail. Keep it private, keep it sacred. Remember, intimacy is a precious thing, and it should be cherished, not gossiped about. Look, I know it's tempting to vent to your husband's mother when you are upset, but resist the urge. It's not her marriage, it's yours. And involving her in your problems is only going to make things worse. Instead of running to mommy, talk to your husband directly. Communicate your feelings, work through your issues together. Remember, you're a team, and teams solve problems together, not by bringing in reinforcements. Children are a blessing, but they shouldn't consume your entire life, especially not at the expense of your marriage. It's easy to get caught up in the day-to-day chaos of parenting, but you gotta make time for each other. Date nights, romantic gestures, even just a few minutes of uninterrupted conversation can make all the difference. Remember, you were a couple before you were parents. Don't lose sight of that. Sex is a beautiful thing, folks. It's a powerful expression of love and connection. But it should never be used as a weapon or a bargaining chip in a marriage. Denying your husband intimacy or using it to manipulate him is only going to breed resentment and drive a wedge between you. Communicate your needs and desires openly and honestly with your partner. Remember, intimacy is about giving and receiving. It's about mutual pleasure and connection. Don't cheapen it by turning it into a power struggle. Marriage is a journey, folks, not a destination. It's about growing together, learning from your mistakes, and choosing each other every single day. Remember, a strong marriage requires effort and wisdom. Avoid these mistakes to keep your relationship healthy and happy. May God continue to guide and protect our homes from all the evil eyes. Amen.